Hello students, today we will study about force on current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. We know that current in a conductor is due to motion of free electrons and the charges feel force when they are kept in a magnetic field. So the current carrying conductor also feel force. So let us consider a conductor, a cylindrical conductor PQ having length L, cross-sectional area A. Current I is flowing through this conductor from P to Q, or you can say in X direction. Okay. This conductor is kept in a uniform magnetic field B, which is in XY plane and making an angle theta with X axis. Okay. Drift velocity of free electrons is Vd and electron density, or you can say number density of electrons, means number of electrons per unit volume is n. Okay, so we know that uh, when a charge enters in any magnetic field, it experiences a force called Lorentz force. So the force on each electron F is equal to, it is given by QVB. So Q is the charge, here the charge of electron is minus E V cross B. Okay, QVB. So it is EVB. V is here drift velocity cross magnetic field B. Okay, so this much force is experienced by each electron in this conductor. Now we know that the electron density is N and the volume of this cylindrical conductor is A into L. Okay. So the total number of electrons in this conductor will be, total number of electrons will be NaL. N is number of electrons per unit volume and Al is the total volume of the conductor. So total number of electrons is NaL. So we can say that total force experienced by this conductor F is equal to this into this. Okay. So minus NaLe V cross B, Vd cross B. Okay. And starting of current electricity, we have learnt about current I. I is equal to NeAVd. Okay. We know that I, current, it is a scalar quantity. Here we talk about a current element, a line element or a small length, you can say, in the direction of current flowing. This is called current element and it is a vector quantity. When this I is multiplied with L as a vector, length as a vector, okay, in a particular direction. So this becomes a vector quantity. IL is equal to this multiplied by L. So NeALVd. And you know that direction of current is opposite to the direction of electrons. Okay. Current is always taken in the direction of positive charges. So we write a minus sign here. So from this equation we get minus NeALVd, this much. This is equal to IL. Okay. This is a vector quantity called current element. Okay. So finally, the force experienced by the conductor F is equal to IL cross B, cross product of two vectors. It is a vector quantity. Or we can write it like F is equal to ILB sine theta, where theta is the angle between the current carrying wire, that length, and magnetic field. Okay. and the direction of this force can be obtained by Fleming's left hand rule. And you know about this rule, you have read this rule in class 10th. Okay, so if we apply Fleming's left hand rule here, and we consider this angle theta, uh, when force will be maximum, means sin theta must be maximum, means theta should be 90. Okay, in this case, second case. Okay, so if theta is equal to 90, means B is in into the paper. Okay, you can say inward. Okay, so B and I, so this conductor will experience a force in upward direction. You can apply Fleming's left hand rule and get the direction. So direction is, either you can get it by Fleming's left hand rule or right hand palm rule. Okay, so this is about force. Now see the cases of angle between magnetic field and that wire, that conductor. Okay, if theta is equal to 0 or 180, means if this conductor is the angle between magnetic field and this conductor, or you can say current element, is 0 or 180, then F will be 0. No force will be experienced by the conductor. And if theta is equal to 90 degree, then F is equal to sin 90 is equal to 1. So maximum force will be experienced by the conductor. Okay. If conductor is not a straight wire, then what will happen? So we will take a small element, a small segment of that, and we will find small force and integrate it over that length. Okay, so a small force dF is equal to I dl cross B. Okay, to get net force, it will be F is equal to integration of this. So when we will integrate it, the current is taken out of the sign because it is constant. Okay, and dl cross B, and this dl, integration of dl, will give you the value of I into that integration of that dl into B sin theta will give you the value of force. Okay, here this L is the least distance between initial and final, you can say, ends of the conductor. This is you can say not a distance, it is a displacement, it is vector quantity. Okay, so must remember this. If a semicircle is kept in a magnetic field, then this L will be 2r, not 2 pi r. If we talk about circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Okay, so if we talk about semicircle, students may take pi r, but it is not pi r. You see, I am saying this L is the least distance between 2 points, means the semicircle will not be considered as length, will not be considered as pi r. It will be only 2r. Okay, and if we talk about any loop, closed loop, which is kept in a magnetic field, so for a loop, if we take a circular loop, what will be the displacement vector of initial and final position? Okay, so you know that if we move along a circle, initial and final positions are same. So this L will give you 0. So force experienced by a loop which is kept in a magnetic field is always 0. Okay, so this is about force. Now we will see force between two parallel linear current carrying conductor. Okay, this will give us the definition of ampere. Okay, what is 1 ampere current? So let us consider two parallel conductors A and B, having current I1 and I2, current in same direction. Okay, kept a distance r from each other, this r, Now we want to know the force experienced by each conductor due to other. Okay, so let us consider first conductor A. Now we know that current carrying conductor around this current carrying conductor, we can experience a field, magnetic field. Okay, and according to right hand thumb rule, we know that direction of current is this. So these are the magnetic field lines. We can experience this magnetic field and can get magnetic field lines around this conductor. Okay, and if we talk about this point, at this point P, so magnetic field will be, if your right thumb is in upward direction, so the magnetic field will be in anti-clockwise. Okay, so at this point the magnetic field will be inside into the paper. Okay, so it is denoted like this. Magnetic field will be inward, you can see. Okay, now we have a magnetic field due to this current carrying conductor, and we know that a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field experiences a force. So the second conductor, this B, will experience a force due to its magnetic field. Okay, and magnetic field due to this conductor, straight conductor, is given by, let us let us take it as B1. So B1 is equal to mu 0 by 4 pi 2 I1 by R. This we have seen. You have derived this formula in previous classes. Okay, so this is magnetic field at point P due to current I1 in conductor A. Now the conductor B will experience a force due to its magnetic field, and that force will be equal to, F is equal to ILB, just we have seen in first part. Okay, so the force experienced by this conductor B, and we will talk about its unit length. Okay, so the force on unit length of conductor B will be given by force on B due to A is equal to, we know, ILB. So I is the current in this conductor and this is I2. You see I2. L length, we have taken a unit length. So 1 into B1, the magnetic field due to first conductor. So this will be force experienced by conductor B. Putting the value of B1, we will get mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 by R. Similarly, if we want to know the force on first conductor, conductor A due to second, we will get the same expression. Okay, what will happen? The magnetic field due to conductor B, this is conductor B having current in upward direction, so we will get a magnetic field lines like this. Okay, magnetic field will be in, again, in anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise. Okay, but if we talk about this point, at this point magnetic field will be outward, coming out of the paper. So it is shown like this. B2, this will be the direction of magnetic field at point Q. So here the magnetic field will be mu naught by 4 pi 2 I2 by R. I2 current is flowing in conductor B, and the magnetic field due to conductor B, second conductor will be B2, and this is equal to this. Now first conductor will experience a force due to its magnetic field, and that force will be equal to, again, F is equal to ILB. So putting the value of I means I1, L we are taking unit length, and B, B2, again we will get force on A due to B will be mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 by R. And applying Fleming's left hand rule, you can get the direction. Okay, its direction FBA, force on B due to A, the direction will be towards A. Okay, and its direction will be towards B, means they will attract each other. If we are having two long wires having current I1 and I2 in same direction, they will experience a force towards each other, means attractive force. Okay, and you see the magnitude of the force is same. FBA and FAB are same. Direction is just opposite. They are attracting each other. Okay, so any one of this formula gives us definition of 1 ampere, and this is asked for 1 or 2 marks, or this whole expression for 2 or 3 marks. Okay, so in any of the formula, if we put value of I1 and I2 is equal to 1, means unit current is flowing in the same direction, or you can say equal currents. You can take it I also. Okay, so if same current or unit current is flowing, I think unit is quite better. Okay, so if I1 is equal to 1, I2 is equal to 1, and R distance is equal to also 1, so we can define 1 ampere. So if we put these values here, what we will get? We will get mu naught by 4 pi into 2. Okay, and the value of mu naught by 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7. So finally we get 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. The unit of force is Newton, and we are talking about unit length. So per meter is taken here. Okay, Newton per meter. So what will be 1 ampere? So if we are having two conductors of unit length we have taken 1. Okay, and unit current is flowing through it in same direction, and if they experience a force of attraction, how much force? 2 into 10 to the minus 7 Newton per meter, then each current is said to be 1 ampere. Okay, so this is definition of 1 ampere. So this is very important part of this force between two parallel current carrying conductors. Okay, now let us discuss one question related to this. Here you see this diagram. Okay, it is given that you are having a long wire carrying current I1, and a square loop is kept here, A, B, C, D, having dimension A. Side A square is kept at a distance x from this current carrying wire. You have to find net force on this loop. So how you can get the force, net force on this circular loop, you can say, or on this you can say wire which is in a not circular, sorry, square form. Okay, so this distance is x, the side AD is at a distance x, and the side BC is at a distance x plus A. You see magnetic field is different, okay, for these two sides. As we go away from the current carrying wire, magnetic field decreases, isn't it? So it is different for these two wires, and for these two wires it is same. And we know that the current carrying conductor experience a force which is given by F is equal to ILP. So force on near side, that is on DA, force on near side will be how much? F1 will be mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 by x, because distance of this side is x from the current carrying wire, and it is repulsive. We can get it by using Fleming's left hand rule. This is the direction of current and this side. Okay, if you draw magnetic field lines here. So at any point you will get the magnetic field inward pointing into the paper. Okay, so magnetic field will be inside. This is the direction of current. So the force experienced by this side will be repulsive, or you can get it just by these two wires. If the current flows in two wires in same direction, okay, then the force between two is attractive, and if direction is reversed, if the current is flowing in the opposite direction, so it will become repulsive, so it is repulsive, you see. And the force on far side means BC. How much force will be experienced by this part, this wire? This will be, F2 will be mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 by x plus a. This distance will become x plus a, okay. And this will be attractive. F2, I have just forgot to write F2 here. F2 will be of attractive kind, means in this direction. And the force experienced by these two sides AB and DC will be same in magnitude but opposite in direction. You see, the direction of current is towards AB, towards CD. At each point, at each point, they will experience same force, but the direction will be opposite. So these two forces cancel out each other, and we get net force due to these two only. Okay, so you see from these two equations, which is larger? F1 is larger, okay, and we have to find net force. So net force will be F is equal to F1 minus F2, okay, because this quantity is greater. So subtracting F2 from F1, what we will get? Mu naught by 4 pi 2 I1 I2 1 by x minus 1 by x plus a, okay. So mu naught by 2 pi, 2 cancelled, 2 2s are 4, okay. So mu naught by 2 pi I1 I2, and इसको solve करेंगे. On solving this part, you will get a by x plus a, okay. So this will be the net force experienced by this square shaped loop, you can say, okay. So this is all about force experienced by current carrying conductor and a magnetic field, okay.